Sometimes there's a cop that sits right up here at night. I want to do one dark wheelie. It's gonna be small. It's gonna be small too. And there you go. One dark wheelie.
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad 'cause I'm brown. And not the other colors.
Alright guys, it's time for me to answer my questions that you guys asked me. You guys asked a lot of questions. I had way more than I ever thought I was going to. So that's awesome guys, good job on you. Alright YouTube, I'm just going to go ahead and go straight into the questions and then answer them the best I can. I thought about a lot of these questions pretty hard, and some of them I was like, oh that's easy question, so we'll see how this goes, alright? Alright, the first comment, 6'4" Honda. Top 5 motovloggers I enjoy watching. Let's see, that one's pretty easy to answer, I guess, because there's about 4 or 5 motovloggers I can name off the top of my head that I really enjoy. My favorite motovlogger so far right now would definitely have to be Jake the Garden Snake. See, I've been watching Jake for a long time, so I've always really liked his stuff, and he's always been one of the funnier motovloggers, so I really like watching him. I like riding with Tom a lot. Riding with Tom, he's pretty funny. I like a lot of his stuff. I really like Chase on Two Wheels because he's in Georgia. We're together. I don't actually know the guy. He's never met me. I don't think he doesn't even know I exist. So I'm sure he has no clue that my videos are even out there. But we're best friends. That's how that works. And I think he's cool. I like his videos because he's in Atlanta. That's one of the reasons I really like him. See, I really wanted, and I'd probably put Moto Mercenary up there. I really liked Moto Mercenary when he first started making videos because he started making videos, and his videos were really cool. I liked him right away, and then he hasn't made any, so I honestly have to take Moto Mercenary off that list. Two-Wheeled Logan, he's definitely a smaller subscriber. He's around where I'm at right now in subscriptions. I love his videos a lot, and he rides a 250. That's definitely one of my more favorite guys to watch. I watch almost all of his videos. And Leadpin. Leadpin is also another one of my favorite motovloggers that I like to watch. And then I'd have to say that 6, since you only made me list 5, but I'm gonna add a 6 because it's tied between like 3 people. I'd have to definitely put Adrian Nickelodeon. Am I saying that right? Adrian Nickelodeon. He's an Australian guy. He does a lot of really cool videos. I like him. 6'4" Honda. I watch a lot of your videos. I like those a lot. And I kind of like Snowcat XX87. See, I've watched Snowcat's videos before, and I want to like him, but he's kind of a huge asshole, and it makes it really hard for me to like him because I like watching his videos because I like seeing people be assholes, and I like the way he reacts. But he overdoes it a lot, and that's one of the reasons I don't really like him that much. So those are probably my top 5, and then my 6th tie. And then of course, you know, I do watch most of my subscribers' motovlogs too, because they make good content. Farzin Ubroski, am I saying that name right? It's kind of hard if I can remember it. He asked me 2 questions. He says, have you ever done any extreme sports like skydiving or base jumping, and would I? That's question number 1. Yes, I have. I've actually done both skydiving and bungee jumping. I've not done base jumping, but I've done skydiving before. It was tandem, so I guess it doesn't really count, which means that I was strapped to some guy who was really awkward and breathed on my neck a lot, and that was kind of weird. But I love skydiving. That was great. And would I do it again? Yeah, of course I would. Sometimes, I snowboard every now and again, if you want to call that an extreme sport. I like snowboarding. I'm not like, you know, jumping off anything. I'm still kind of in the noob area, but I like to snowboard occasionally. And next time I go, I'll bring my camera, which I don't know how long that'll be from now, but yeah, I would do it all over again, every single little bit of it. I plan to go skydiving again soon. I'll bring the camera. And his second question is, are you going to the Blood Mountain Ride hosted by C2W and Rami? I know Chase on Two Wheels. I don't know Rami, and no, I don't know what that is, and I won't be going. As cool as that would be, I have no idea what that is, and I probably won't have time to go. Now, Chupa Thingy asked me, he says, would I ever do a track day? Like there's this road in Europe named the Isle of Man, he thinks, if I remember that question right. He says if I would ever want to do track day, and I've talked about this before, kind of a little bit. I touched on the subject, and yeah, I would love to do track day if one of two things happened. If I had a better bike, because I don't think my bike is really built for the track, which is no excuse. I see people rocking 250s out on tracks and stuff like that, but I don't think that I'd be comfortable on my bike doing a track day. And if I got a little bit more comfortable with the twisties and the turnies and going deep, I'm not very comfortable with that yet, just because I recently dropped my bike going into a turn too hard, and that was bad, so that kind of ruined me on that, which is a poor excuse, I know, but I'll be doing that again soon. And yeah, Landon Upton asks, will I ever get a dual sport? And yes, I will, Landon, I promise. Eventually. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I want one so bad. I really do. I would love to have a dual sport. I would love one. I want one so bad. Every day I think about how much I want one. I went ahead and answered this next question on the page with a comment, but I'll read it back anyway. Trip Flores, are you running he asks if I'm running stock sprockets. He says his 03 636 barely comes up in second. Third gear has no chance. What's the fucking deal? He could get a 650 up. Well, no, I'm not running stock sprockets. I don't know what it is, what sprocket I'm running on the back, but I know it's different because at 60 miles an hour, my speedometer will read 70, and I check that almost every day when going across a bridge that has the speedo reader. It'll tell me my speed, and it's about 10 miles off, almost consistent throughout the whole power band. So I don't know what that translates to, but I know that it's not stock. So yeah. Nope, not stock. Snooby9103, if that's right. I think that's right. Snooby asks why I squid. Do I have full gear? And then he clarifies that gear is helmets, jackets, gloves, pants, boots. And what is your favorite car/truck, whatever you are into, and why? So those are two questions that he asks. I don't really squid, to be honest. 9 times out of 10, I'm wearing almost all of my gear, and my gear consists of either a chest plate or a full jacket and gloves, and I wear just regular jeans most of the time, to be honest. I don't own anything like rock pants or anything because regular pants fit on me awkward enough as it is, and I can't imagine that wearing padded jeans is any better. But I don't have a tracksuit, if that's what you're trying to get at. So no, I don't have track pants, and I don't have boots, but I do wear jacket, glove, and helmet, obviously. And then sometimes I'll wear a chest plate only if it's a little hot, and I want to get my arms all tanned up. And my favorite car or truck of all time is a 72 Camaro. Really, it's anywhere between the 70 and 73 era because they had the same body style. It was that split bumper and shark nose front end, and that's because first of all, I like the way they look, and I built one when I was younger, and I loved it. I loved that car. It was awesome. I miss it. All right, Okamiya1994 1994 says, I recognize your voice. Do you have a gaming channel? That would be a negative, Ghost Rider. Nope, I do not have a gaming channel. I am Do It With Dan is the only channel that I'm running right now, and I'm assuming by gaming you mean like video games. Yes, and nope, just run and Do It With Dan. If I do make a second channel, though, I'll make sure to let you guys know so you can go check it out. But right now, Do It With Dan is the only channel I'm managing. Jeff Noel, am I saying that right? It's got the little dots above the E. I don't know if that changes pronunciation. Asks a few questions. If I could get any super sport bike except the brand of my actual bike, like a Honda, what brand and what model would you get? And this one's pretty self-explanatory. Really, I think, and you guys are probably gonna hate my answer because of what it is, but if I could get any bike, I would get the Ducati Evo 848 with a Terminganoni exhaust or whatever, the Terminganoni, whatever. Fuck, I'm stupid and I can't spell and speak. But man, and the only reason I want that bike is because not only does it look and sound pretty with that exhaust, but the rear end looks like a fucking fighter jet, and that's the only fucking reason I want it. Really, Ducatis themselves don't impress me that much just because of how expensive they are, and they're kind of that overhyped bike, you know, kind of like how a Ferrari is an overhyped car. But yeah, I would definitely go with the Evo 848 with the exhaust. Well, he said super sport bike, like the Pagani 1199 I would like, but really I'd be happy with a CBR 1000 right now. He also asks, his second question, what would you do if you couldn't ride every day, like us Canadians, with 8 billion inches of snow? Truth be told, I guess, well, I don't ride every day because of the weather around here, but I guess I could if I decided that riding in the rain was alright. I don't like to ride in the rain because that's just an added risk that I don't feel like taking on every day. But if I couldn't ride every day, let's say if I had 8 billion inches of snow, I would just say I would just buy a snowmobile and just drive everywhere on that. It's like a motorcycle except for snow, right? So I just drive everyone on a snowmobile. Who's gonna stop me? Nobody. He also asks me, I don't know if it's too personal, but what do you do for a living? And also, what is your dream job? I don't really want to answer what I do for a job right now. I'll say that I work in sales, really, is about as far as I'm going to go with that. I've always worked in sales most of the time. It's a job that I like. But he also asks, what is my dream job? And this one's pretty easy, to be honest. I would love to just be YouTube famous and live off of that. I would love to entertain people for a living. That would be my ultimate dream job. But anything federal would be a close second. Like if I could work in the DEA or something like that, that would be a close second. Texting and driving. But YouTube is what I would love to do, to be honest. I would love to be YouTube famous and entertain people for a living. That would be my absolute dream job. His fourth question is, have I ever tasted poutine? No, I don't even know what that is. That sounds like a weird animal or a beef patty or something, and it scares me. Not the dude, the meal. I don't even know what that means. So that's even scarier. I don't want to eat anybody. No, I haven't tasted it. And then he also asked, finally, beer versus hard liquor. And I would no doubt without question say beer. Last time I've had really, I mean, you know, I don't mind having a shot every now and again or anything like that, but I would much rather drink beer than hard liquor. I got a little bit. Because last time I had any really hard liquor, I got alcohol poisoning and I was in the hospital for like 2 days because it was really bad. Alright, I asks me a question. First of all, he starts out his question by calling me a bitch. He says, we're back in, bitch. He asked me, what am I studying? And why did I buy the F4i versus the RR? And then he asked my opinion versus Japanese versus EU sports bikes. And then he asked about turbocharged bikes. And he tells me to keep up the great videos, man. Appreciate that. Well, right now I'm studying criminal justice. I'm in my 3rd year of college, and I'll be out here pretty soon, about a year and a half. I kind of screwed around my freshman year and partied too much, so I have to go an extra semester or 2. But I'm studying criminal justice. That's what I would like to do right now as far as a feasible career goes. Why did I buy the F4i versus the $600RR? And that is strictly because of money. There's no preference between the F4i and the RR. It's strictly because I found an F4i for a really good deal and handed him cash. So it's because I'm broke is why I chose the F4i and not the RR. Although my F4i does have a good bit more kick than most of the RRs that I've ridden. So I'm saying, I'd probably say that the F4i is my personal favorite just because of the comfortability of the ride and the bigger gas tank. Japanese versus EU sport bikes. I'm unfamiliar with a lot of EU sports bikes. I really, the only reason I say Japanese is because it seems to be like they're cheaper, you know, and they still have the same good qualities. EU sport bikes I'm kind of unfamiliar with, and I couldn't tell you a whole lot about them, so I'll just have to go with Japanese because it's a safe answer for me. Turbocharged bikes, I think they're scary. I think they're very scary. I wouldn't know what to do with the turbocharged bike. I wouldn't know what to do with that type of power. I would be doing wheelies at 110 miles an hour, getting it up in 4th gear. That'd be way too scary for me. Although I'd love to put a turbo on my F4i, that'd be cool. But yeah, I'd like to keep my power under 200 on my sport bikes. That sounds scary. And I knew this question was coming. I'm a rider says, how and when did I shit myself? And there's two times that I've shit myself, and they were about 2 weeks apart from each other. And yeah, they're both awful. One time I was on this date with this girl at the local fair. We've been dating for like, well, we weren't even really dating. We're still kind of talking, and I asked her out. And I'd kind of had a crush on this girl for like about a couple months. And I think she had a crush on me too, really. I think it was just that I was too nervous to ask her out, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, we're going on this ride. And I wasn't feeling good going on the ride because I do really bad with like spinny rides, and that's all there is on carnivals. That's all there is spinny rides on carnivals. So I went on this spinny weird cage ride where you go up and you spin in circles, and then you're in a cage that's also spinning in circles. And when it stopped, it didn't hit right, and bam, shit myself right next to her. And so that ended the date pretty quick. And then the next time that I shit myself was, I'm not really sure what happened. I was sitting there talking with a friend of mine, one of my best friends, and we were sitting there laughing, and all of a sudden, I just shit myself. And I got up and I walked away, and then I went home. And yeah, those are the 2 times that I shit myself, and they were like 2 weeks in between. I don't know if I was having like a stomach issue or what, but so those are the 2 times that I shit myself. And ooh, I'm a writer. I forgot. You also asked another question. What's the most awkward experience you've had with a girl? And this one is a big tie between 2 or 3 stories. And yeah, I bet you're thinking, how could it get more awkward than me shitting myself next to this girl that I've been crushing on? It gets worse. So I'm assuming that you mean sexual. What's my most awkward sexual experience I've had with a girl? But in case that's not what you mean, I'll tell you just another awkward moment. So apparently I'm just an awkward guy sometimes, which really, I think that's where I learned to not give a fuck about what most people think. So the first one is obviously me shitting myself on a ride with a girl. One time I was at school, at college, this is about a year and a half ago, and I was talking to this girl, and she was pretty cute. And we've been talking a little bit, you know, kind of like that texting back and forth, whatever bullshit. And I was sitting there talking to her, and I had been on a strictly really high protein diet. I was really bulking at this point in time. I was getting really big, and I think that's probably why she was interested in me. So we were sitting there talking, and I don't know what happened, but I don't know if you know anything about protein farts, but they're just awful. They're terrible. They're the type of thing that'd clear out a whole room. And sure enough, I let one fucking just go. I'm like, all right, it's too late now. So I start trying to like push her away till I was like, hey, let's go over here. But it's too late. She smelt it. And then I acted like I smelt it, like I had just smelt it, and I blamed her for it. And I got really disgusted and I walked away. So I blamed her for my protein farts, and then I walked away and acted like I was so disgusted with her. And I told everyone that she farted, and yeah, so I guess that's how I deal with those type of things. It's terrible. And then sexually, I'm just an awkward guy. There's a lot of weird things I could say, but this is probably the weirdest thing. I was believe it or not, I was offered a threesome with not the cool kind either, like 2 guys and a girl. And I wasn't like really into it, but I kind of got dragged into it. And I was about to participate, and then they started getting ready. Like I was in the same room getting ready, and they started getting ready, and I was like, you know, I'm really uncomfortable with this. This goes against everything that I really believe in, and I'm out. And I just left. I just fucking left. So that's probably the weirdest sexual experience I've ever had with a girl, is that I was offered to take part in a threesome, and I did not participate, like not even a little bit. And I'm glad I didn't, because that's really fucking weird. And I was like, oh, you guys have your fun. Bye. I'm going to go fucking ride motorcycles or some shit. So yeah, that's like the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me sexually. And I think those are all the questions that you guys asked. Well, this will now become my official next Q&A video. I thank you guys for all the questions. I'll make sure to keep answering them as long as you keep asking them. Just ask them on this video from now on. If you got any more questions, then I'll upload another video later if it gets a whole lot of questions. I wanted to thank you guys a lot for all the questions, and if I missed any, you're more than welcome to ask some more, and I'll do another video later. But yep, that's all the answers that I could obtain. I could give you at this moment. Race? Race? You race? Come on, let's go.